Lower Mid-North Coast Rugby Union and Foster Tuncurry have down to Alhambra to secure a home grand final. Trailing by 15 points at the end of the first half, the Dolphins found their stride in the second, coming back to win 32 points to 21.
In front of an adoring home crowd, the Willamette Bulls started in fine form, dominating all facets of the game over the Foster Tuncurry Dolphins. Chris Taut was first to put points on the board after weaving his way through traffic to cross the stripe. A successful conversion by Stephen Curnow saw the Bulls lead 7-0. It didn't take long before Taut was over for his second of the day. James Hanford extending the lead, finding the line in the corner to make it 21 points to 6 at the break.
We played a really good first half, and we stuck to our structures and our game plans, and it worked really well.
But it was the Dolphins who came out firing in the second half. 2 tries early on, followed by a pass out wide to Zach Palmer, who sprinted 30 metres before flying over under the post. The scoreboard continuing to tick over for the visitors.
We were sort of missing a bit in that first half, and that second half we really got together and worked as hard as we could.
We lost a bit of direction there in the second half and gave away a few silly penalties, which really cost us.
The Dolphins capitalising on numbers out wide, Palmer's second of the day, giving Foster a 32 to 21 point victory.
Really satisfying. Like I said, it was the first time we've had to beat them this year, so it's a huge win for us. Next end of the fortnight we'll have a couple of extra players back, it'll be even better hopefully.
Jessica Nagel, NBN.
It was a story of the underdog at Kingsford Smith Park in Ballina this afternoon, with the Tweed Coast Raiders taking out the NRRL Premiership, smashing the Ballina Seagulls 24-4. From kick-off, the Raiders looked fierce, sharp and determined to win, scoring within minutes of the opening whistle. The Seagulls responded not long after, a try put in the Ballina side backing it, but they just couldn't catch Tweed. Viking spectators barely able to keep themselves behind the sideline in the closing minutes, storming the field to celebrate their first ever premiership title. Kingsford Smith Park turning into a sea of green, with celebrations no doubt set to continue into the evening. We'll have the match highlights for you on Monday night. They've done it again. The Wollumbar Austinville Pioneers have won their 5th consecutive grand final. The reigning premiers took down the Trojans 19 points to 14 yesterday at Crozier Field.
It was a family affair. Brothers Ben and Daniel Damon scored the first 2 tries for the Pioneers, putting them in good stead just 20 minutes into the game. An independent Ben well in with no real possession until 5'8" Hugo Marks scored out wide. The experience of the defending premiers began to show. An expert try from second rower Matt Scott just before the half-time whistle. The only second half points came from a penalty try. The winger James Midler was yellow carded for a deliberate knockdown. It was a tough call, putting the Trojans within arm's reach, but not enough to secure the win. The Pioneers defending hard. Centre Matt Mead and 5'8" Ben Damon were constant threats on the attack. Ben was named best and fairest and representative player of the year. The Pioneers winning by 5 points. Samantha Post, NBN News.
The Costa United Lions are through to next weekend's grand final after an impressive 2-0 win over the Northern Storm last night. Despite the wet conditions, the game was a thrilling one, both sides playing good quality football.
I think our front three really hammered their back four in the conditions. Like they found it nice and easy to get the flow, even though the field is quite muddy.
Next week, the Lions will take on the Boambi Bombers in the grand final. It's been 5 out of 5 times this season the Bombers have triumphed over Coffs. It's do or die for the Ballina Seagulls as they prepare to lock horns with the Tweed Coast Raiders in what's set to be a spectacular NRRL Grand Final showdown. The Raiders have rounded out the season as minor premiers and are threatening the Gold's chances at winning back-to-back premierships.
Their little down Ballina Seagulls will be swooping for a big win this Sunday. They're out to defend their five-time premiership title with the Raiders hot on their tail. The two teams have faced off on the field this season. Ballina claims that victory is only just.
Our win against the Raiders, so it's honestly up in the air.
Captain Jess Perry is one of only 4 players left from the 2013 team that broke a 20-year premiership drought. He credits the success to a strong junior base.
It's having all like the juniors here is a pretty big thing, and all having being good mates is also massive.
During the crucial last training session, Coach Mick Foster had the boys doing some light ball work while working on the all-important defence. He's putting the boys through their paces because he refuses to bank on a home game advantage.
History shows, I think there's only one team in about 10 years that's won away from home in a grand final, but saying that doesn't mean much.
With no injuries, all key players are fit and ready to fight for the silverware.
Paul MGT's obviously got Player of the Year for the tournament, and he'll lead us with his kicking game and his defence, and then obviously our backs with Ali Grant and Oliver Regan.
You can catch all the action tomorrow. Kickoff is at 2:45. Georgia Anderson, NBN News.
Old Bar's Holly Wheeler says it's a dream come true, signing with the St George Illawarra Dragons' first female team. Holly will make her debut against the Broncos on Sunday afternoon in Brisbane during the first weekend of the NRL Women's Premiership.
For the longest time, it was a game for the boys. But for Holly Wheeler, professional rugby league was always a dream.
We talk about, being a dream come true and stuff. I guess 5 years ago it wasn't a dream. And as soon as they started speaking about the NRL coming in and women's NRL, and to have that phone call, it was just, like no other feeling.
That fateful phone call delivered news of a professional contract with the St George Illawarra Dragons, spotted by selectors at a national tournament in Queensland.
As soon as he said Daniel Lacey, I knew exactly who he was, and I think I sort of screamed under my breath and had to hold the phone away from my ear, and it was pretty exciting.
Wheeler makes her NRL Women's Premiership debut tomorrow against the Broncos. The 4-team competition will be played alongside the NRL Finals footy.
It's just being around the girls and around, that professional atmosphere and, doing our gym and our training and getting around the team. It's just been unreal, and I just absolutely cannot wait to rip in.
She's a born and raised Bulldogs supporter, but Wheeler has already pledged allegiance with the Dragons.
I'll definitely, from here on out, have a massive soft spot for the Dragons, and it'll be something that I'll cherish forever.
The game kicks off in Brisbane at 1:45 p.m. Lara Coffey, NBN News.
The Pioneers are out to defend their Far North Coast Premiership in the Rugby Union Grand Final tomorrow. Coach Ern Sandrell says he's not interested in history. His team will be sticking to their game as they come up against long-time rivals Lennox Head.
Warming up for their biggest game of the year, Thursday night's training session was the last opportunity for the Pioneers to fine-tune their game. And according to Coach Ern Sandrell, there wasn't too much that needed fixing.
The training session won't change particularly, the structure's going to be pretty similar.
Wollongbar Alstonville had a stellar season, rounding out as the minor premiers. For close to a decade, they've been in the title decider.
It's great to be able to keep that, that success going. So hopefully this will be our 5th consecutively. So fingers crossed it all works out well.
But they'll need to take down rivals Lennox Head to do so.
There's definitely an element of excitement for the boys. We've got some experience to take into the grand final, but at the end of the day, Lennox are playing really well at the moment.
We play very similar styles, so I think it'll be a good game, very entertaining game to watch.
Tonight, the boys are resting up as they prepare both mentally and physically.
Enjoy being together for one of the last times of the season before we get together on Saturday and then commiserate or celebrate. Hopefully it's celebrate.
The game kicks off at Crozier Oval at 3:30. Georgia Anderson, NBN News.
Southwest Rocks golfer Dale Brent Richards has finished an equal first alongside Mitchell Brown from the Central Coast at this year's Q Pro AM. If either player can take out this week's Port Macquarie tournament, they'll claim the $10,000 bonus prize.
It's become a favourite on the Mid-North Coast golfing calendar. The Q Pro-Am this year attracting 47 professionals.
I think this time of the year is a really good chance when it's a little bit quieter on the main circuits to get their sort of games into shape and ready for the main tour events at the end of the season.
The fast greens and a difficult breeze made breaking par a challenge. In the end, it was Southwest Rocks golfer Dale Brand Richards and Toukley's Mitchell Brown who finished equal at the top of the leaderboard with 3 under.
It was nice to play well for a change for me. It's been a bit of a struggle lately, so it was very nice to get a good score on the board, but also the win.
I've been playing pretty solid the last couple of months up in Brisbane and a little bit overseas as well, so my form's been okay.
Last year's winner, Matt Miller, finishing in equal 3rd on 1 under.
Obviously would like to have been a couple shots better, but yeah, I'm playing quite nicely. I just got home last week from Europe.
The Pro-Am tournament continues tomorrow with 74 golfers teeing off in Port Macquarie. Brand Richards and Brown vying for the extra $10,000 in cash.
It definitely gets the players excited. We don't have too many of these bonuses, and look, it's definitely added to the quality of the fields this year.
Jessica Nagel, NBN News.
Well, they were fast, strong, furious and great, and there was no lack of excitement and emotion at Kingsford Smith Park yesterday. 3 years after joining the NRRL, the Tweed Coast Raiders took home the silverware from their first grand final match.
After losing to the Seagulls in the minor semis, the Raiders were resurrected and back for blood.
Ballina, it doesn't get much tougher than that. In front of their home fans.
Minutes into the game, centre Jack O'Brien was over the line. But the goals hit back when centre Oliver Regan scored in the corner. Unfortunately, hooker Andrew Batiste was unable to convert the try. Alex Grant looked the most dangerous for the Seagulls at fullback. He was denied a try under the crossbar when a ball was called back for a forward pass.
We spent most of that game trying to work out our own end. We just felt like kicking from inside our half all game, and they credit to them in front up there and put us under pressure with the ball.
The Raiders didn't succumb to the pressure in the second half. A long overhead pass fell into the hands of winger Darryl Brooks to score in the corner. 5/8 Tan Robertson extended their lead with a penalty goal before hooker Dan Willoughby burrowed over from dummy half to score. The Raiders breaking the hearts of the Seagulls fans just 10 minutes out from the final buzzer.
When young Connor Hickley crashed over under the sticks to give us that real big buffer, I had to put the sunnies on.
The Tweed Coast smashing the defending premiers 24 points to 4.
Gutsy effort by all the boys. That's pretty much what we're about. We're just a bunch of mates who just keep turning up. That's why we play footy. We love each other, and I think that showed today.
Samantha Pote, NBN News.